Welcome to Connor's Corner Kitchen. We're making sugar cookies. These are good for any time of year. Just add 2 1/4 cups flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder. Little tap tap, get all those ingredients out. Next, grab your salt. 1/4 teaspoon will do. A little Salt Bay action there. Now grab your whisk or fork or whatever utensil you're using and just blend it. Get all the ingredients incorporated into the flour. Now, I can't stress this enough, make sure that you have room temperature butter. It's a big step. 3/4 cups or 1½ sticks, and use unsalted. Otherwise, the salt that you have may be a little too much. Use 3/4 cups of granulated sugar, but add it in portions. It will make the creaming process a little easier. Creaming is simply taking your spatula or whatever utensil you have and firmly incorporating the sugar and butter together by pressing it against the wall. And then at a certain point you will have some creamy butter. During this video, I will be giving you all some little fun facts as well about sugar cookies. Like, did you know that they were inspired by the jumble cookie? I probably butchered that name. Or the Nazareth cookie, or Amish cookie. There's a place called Nazareth, Pennsylvania. They actually try to make the sugar cookie their state cookie. You can tell someone had a sweet tooth. The sugar cookie has definitely had its ups and downs, that's for sure. Grew into popularity again in 1875 when the invention of the cookie cutter came out. People could make fun little shapes and sizes for the holidays, birthdays, events. That's what me and my mom used to do when I was a kid. Make fun little sizes and shapes, and we'd get to decorate them together. My favorite part, of course, was eating them. Your next step will be to take 1 egg mixed up, and make sure it's room temperature, of course, and just add that into your creamed butter. And don't waste any right now, especially with egg prices being so high. The old saying goes, waste not, want not. Now just take your utensil and just give it a little mixture, blend it all together. Make sure it's well incorporated into your butter. Yes, it grew back into popularity though around the 70s when the introduction of pre-made cookie dough came out. 2 teaspoons, sorry, it's been a long night, of vanilla extract. Now, this is optional. You can add an extra 1/4 or 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract. I'm using a white chocolate extract. This will bring out a little bit of extra pizzazz in your cookies. Now, as the sign says, mix it up. Definitely give a good little forearm workout for you, unless you're cheating and using a stand mixer. Now another big step here is to gradually add the flour. You just pour it in all at once. It won't mix right. Plus also too, you will have a big mess. Believe me, when I first ever started making these, I did that. And flour was everywhere. But that's the best way to learn. Make mistakes. If you're not making mistakes, you're not learning. Now, don't forget to check out my channel for all different types of recipes and cooking. I try to keep it very consistent and have at least one new video a week, but if you ever have a suggestion, go ahead and don't be afraid to add to the community page. Just leave me a comment describing what you would like me to cook. I love making new recipes and sharing them with y'all. Now it's time to get a little old school here. Just start using your hands. Mix it all together. Like back in the day, before we had utensils and mixers and all those fancy gadgets. You want your dough to start to look like, well, this. Nice firm consistency. And break some apart. This way you have a base color, I guess, would be the way of saying it. Just the OG sugar cookie. Just put it into some saran wrap and make sure it's nice and tight. You don't want any air getting into this. So I do say again, make sure it is wrapped very tight in your saran wrap. For this next step, make sure that you get multiple bowls out for the multiple colors that you will be making. Just so happens I have a green and blue bowl. Works perfect. Now try to evenly disperse it to each bowl, or if you're wanting more of one color than another. Next, I highly recommend that you use gel food coloring. It's a little less messy, gives you a darker, richer color. They suggest only using a few drops. Now me personally, I added a lot to it because I like a nice dark, rich color. For any of you kind of skeptical about it, just go and add a few drops, mix it together, and then you kind of go ahead and give the say on whether or not to add more. Now, like I said, I add a bunch. I like my sugar cookies to be a very dark color. Now next, just kind of blend it all together. Start kneading it. I will suggest using gloves for this, otherwise your hands will be a whole rainbow of colors. But look at the end result. Beautiful. Each one of them. Now wrap them up firmly, tightly, whatever you want to say. Don't want any air to these. I even went and put them into a bag. Store them for about 2 hours or a day or two. Now when you finally want to make them, just flour your surface. My secret is adding a little bit of powdered sugar to the flour. Now since I want these cookies to pop, give a little razzle dazzle, I'm adding some gold dust into it. You can usually find it at Smith's, Kroger, whatever you want to call it. Now make sure that you take a rolling pin and roll it around inside of the flour. You don't want anything to stick. In fact, if your sugar cookies begin to get a little too warm when you're rolling it out or cutting it, don't be afraid to place it back into the fridge for a little while. Get tough again. But the moment you get it out of the fridge, it will be very hard indeed. So kind of give it a light massage, kind of get it to the base shape of what you're wanting. And then just begin to roll out. You want to get these to about a 1/4 inch thick. That'll be about the best size. Not too big, but not too small. Get out your knives and cookie cutters. And then just begin to start making your shapes. Just kind of jiggle it a little. That way you can go ahead and get a good base cut. Pop it out of that sucker. And you will have excess flour, so don't be afraid to just dust it off. But look, perfect shape, perfect thickness. That will be one delicious cookie. Now fix your flour up again for your next dough. In this video I'll be using about 3 of the 5. And again, kind of give it a light massage, get it all set and ready. I don't know what it is about using metal cookie cutters. Perhaps the nostalgia. But something about them, they just work better. In my opinion. Can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. Not the gumdrop buttons. This will tend to happen when you're making sugar cookies and editing a video at 3 in the morning. As you can see, I'm going to be making all different types of shapes and sizes and just having fun with it. Not having fun when you're cooking, I mean, come on. What's the point? It's one of my favorite things to do. Why I made this channel. Is this way I could share my cooking and have fun with all of you. And I really hope you enjoy what I'm doing and that it may help some of you in the kitchen. Now you don't have to do just your basic doughs either. As you can see, I just started to blend some of them together. And your next step will be to bake these bad boys up. Do about 350 for 11 to 12 minutes. And set your timer, people. I know some of you have bad memories. Yeah, you're looking for a nice firm shape, a golden brown bottom, as you could see from my gingerbread man. And of course, do different shapes and sizes, and just have fun with it. Now this will be for your icing. So you have 1 cup of powdered sugar, 2 teaspoons of meringue powder, and 2.5 tablespoons of room temperature water. Now give it a light mix. I even added a little flavoring too. And then do the initial mixing with your mixer for about 2 to 3 minutes. You don't want powdered sugar flying everywhere. Next, just fill up a little bag and give it a tiny little cut. And just begin to dress up your cookies. Not bad for 3 a.m. cookies, huh? Now again with that gold dust, I like to give the razzle dazzle. Or if you have any sanding sugar like I did, let them set for about 30 minutes to firm up. Now if you want, you can take a little peanut butter and Nutella and mash it in between 2 of the sugar cookies, and then voila, it's bona fide. Subscribe for more. Thank you.